per game, 11 rebounds and 3 assists. And just look at those scoring totals. He's been doing what he does best, putting points on the board.
Yeah, how valuable player he is for them, Steve. Scores are always valuable. He gives them such a reliable option every time they have the ball.
On the court for Cleveland, they've got Marion. Matthew Dellavedova is out there with Irving. Then there's Kevin Love, and it's Miller in at the 3 slot. Collison kicks to Westbrook. It's Durant on the wing. Lets the 3 fly. It doesn't go either for Durant. Now Cleveland shooting in this first quarter around 38%. They're looking a bit creaky out there. Morrill kicks to Westbrook. Makes it off the glass. Westbrook's got 23 points.
He's created some good opportunities for himself and made the most of them.
And on the way from Irving for 3. Shot no good. Good D by Westbrook.
Right from the start, they've been aggressive on the glass. Most of the rebounds seem to be going their way.
And, Steve, I think they are ready for the fight today.
What a start they've gotten off to. A big lead for them, and we're not even out of the first quarter yet.
And it's not just their hot offense here. I mean, they're playing very strong defense, too, guys.
There's the dish to Love. And so he draws the foul on the shot, a trip to the line to shoot 2. This is his first free throw of the game.
Well, it's good to see him with his free throw percentage up over 80% now.
Guys, I like that this is a part of his game that has really been consistent this year.
Both free throws good from Kevin Love. Outside Collison.
Wednesday, December 17th, Paul Millsap and the Atlanta Hawks hit the road for a duel with the Cleveland Cavaliers. You don't want to miss it.
Welcome back, everyone. A lopsided first quarter in the books already as we start this second quarter. And, guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Tell you what, guys, they're showing us a lot of energy early on and racking up those fast break points.
Yeah, and I've noticed also that their quick hands have led to a lot of forced turnovers. They're getting some points in transition as a result.
Morrow is the 2 with Durant the 3. Nick Collison out there with Perry Jones. And it's Westbrook in at the 1. That's the group for Oklahoma City getting going here in the second.
Oklahoma City for 2 years running, the only team in the top 5 in the NBA in both offensive and defensive efficiency. That ought to tell you about this balanced elite basketball team.
Let's go to our sideline reporter, Doris Burke. Doris, what do you have?
Well, guys, the Cavs' David Blatt, the first ever NBA head coach directly hired from the international ranks. Though he grew up near Boston, a die-hard Celtics fan, he represents all the aspiring NBA coaches from abroad, saying, quote, "I feel a great sense of responsibility. I feel like I've got to do a good job." Kevin, he's certainly got the personnel to do it.
A roster loaded with talent, Doris. Indeed. Thank you. And for the Thunder remaining so consistent despite losing Harden and then last year without the outside shooter Kevin Martin.
Yeah, not to mention, Kevin, the injuries to Russell Westbrook. Give credit to the players and the coaching staff. Again, when you've got a culture of expectation and you've got talent and leadership from the sideline and from within the players, and you've got a chance to weather storms effectively, and clearly the Thunder did that.
Cavaliers have gotten only 1 of their first 4 shots in the second quarter to drop. Jones kicks to Marion. It's deflected. Pulls up on the wing. Jones, no luck.
Boy, for my taste, he's far too inconsistent with that shot. I mean, he's got to make those if he's going to take his game to the next level.
Well, Thunder have gone 2 of 6 in the field in the second quarter so far. Here's Durant, and it's good. Fought through contact, hits the shot. He'll go to the free throw line.
Defense pretty much helpless there, stopping that layup. I think too much of a mismatch in terms of height.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Perkins comes in for Nick Collison. And Jeremy Lamb subbed in for Anthony Morrow. James checked in for the Cavaliers. Lucas comes in for Mike Miller. For the Cleveland Cavaliers, their last game a loss to Toronto.
Their offense really sputtered in that game. They went through stretches where points became very hard to come by.
And Steve, you know, their play wasn't terrible. It wasn't too bad, but this game still is about making shots, and the shot making wasn't there. The number of points they've scored in the paint already today is pretty eye-opening, Steve.
No, it's off the charts. It really is. And defensively, I mean, they have to start shutting down some of those lanes to the hoop. You have to get a hand into his face because that's his range right there.
Out of bounds, Oklahoma City takes possession. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out east already. We are in December. Take a look at the Bulls. Things going their way so far in this season. Right now, they lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Cleveland. They're in the 4th position.
You know, for the Cleveland Cavaliers, they've looked really strong here in the early going. They seem like they've come together really nicely as a group, and you can see the confidence with this team.
Yeah, and the league's taking notice. I mean, they're more than capable of beating any club in the league right now. How about that? They respond to a three-pointer with a quick three of their own.
Yeah, terrific. Great back-and-forth sequence right there.
Now here's Jones. An 11-point game for him in the win against Milwaukee. Lamb, good.
Well, you can't leave him alone, especially from long range.
Well, it was the Oklahoma City Thunder winning their last game against Milwaukee.
I thought the way they attacked the rim and got into the paint was phenomenal. It seemed like after a while, the defense just kind of waved the white flag.
That's exactly what will happen when a team continues to attack the goal and come away with layups. It demoralizes the defense.
Back to Ibaka. Shot is no good. Cavaliers go the other way with it. Looking ahead to their next game, playing at New Orleans, they'll match up against the Pelicans. That'll be the second of this 2-game road trip. To the paint. Lamb, good. Lamb's got 5 points in the quarter.
What an impossible shot to block in the post. The defender, giving up so much size, there's no way he's going to get a hand on it. Well, you look at Jeremy Lamb, physically 6'5", almost a 7-foot wingspan. Jumps well. He's got all the tools to be special at both ends of the floor.
Jackson, that's good.
They're hovering around 50% for the game in three-pointers. That's pretty good. But they've really elevated here in the second quarter.
Lucas kicks to James. Takes the assist and lays it in. Picked out the pass nicely. LeBron's got 5 now. For Oklahoma City, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. Jackson misses from the other side of the floor. Thunder with the rebound. Perkins got rebound number 5 here tonight.
More often than not today, those shots have not dropped for him.
This looks like a pregame shoot-around with all the threes they're allowing.
Yeah, I don't know, Clark. I think there might be even more defense in warm-ups. I mean, this is kind of embarrassing.
Now here's LeBron. He's coming off a 31-point game against Toronto, and he gets it to go.
Guys, you just don't realize, maybe Steve does, but you can't imagine how difficult it is to hit a shot that deep. Man, that was as sweet as honey.
Clark, I think it's pretty easy, actually. Such a careless pass. You've got to keep your head in the game here. Well, last year LeBron mentioned that he was jealous of Durant's shot totals. Just an offhanded remark by him, but it did open up some speculation by what he meant.
Timeout is called. First of the game for the Thunder. And you know that remark by LeBron, people weren't sure if that was a backhanded jab at KD or if he was just pointing out how he is able to score without having to be a bulk shooter.
Well, one thing is for sure, I'm not exactly sure of what his comments, how you should interpret them, but LeBron was very aware of what Durant was doing last year, and he even admitted to having KD stats sent to his phone after every game, so he was keeping track of it.
Both teams deciding to change it up. It seems like every shot these guys have been putting up has been going in. This month's top shooters, Kevin Durant 3rd, 4th LeBron James.
Well, the offensive efficiency the past month for both these guys is just off the charts. I mean, they are playing with so much confidence.
Miller dishes to Love. Here's Haywood. And he was fouled in the act of shooting. Chance here now for a 3-point play.
Well, that's how you pick up second chance points. Stay active, be energetic, and react as soon as the shot goes up.
That free throw good from Haywood.
The Cavs were an all-out mess last year, and a lot of that was because of their depth. They just did not have the punch off the bench to keep leads or bring them back into games.
And he gets the bucket.
You know, he started out hot, and he's only gotten hotter. He could be in for one of those games.
Pass to Thomas. He dishes it to Waiters. Off target with his three.
And with the Cavs, their score differential for their reserves really tells the story. Just way too many points given away when that second unit came onto the field. Something they needed to address in the offseason, and they did.
The Cavaliers shooting 41% from the field here in the second. Launches a three. That's good, and it's Miller with the assist. And that's now 9 points for Dion Waiters. The Thunder shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And for the Cavs, depth certainly won't be an issue this time around. A lot of changes and growth for them, resulting in a much deeper and talented roster.
And, you know, Kevin, people still underestimate the importance of having a strong bench. The Cavs really struggled with that last year, but with LeBron starting and pushing former starters to the bench, they'll be in a much stronger position.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession.
And checking out some numbers for Dion Waiters, his last 10 games, averaging about 11 points, 4 assists, and 3 rebounds. Looking at those numbers, you'd probably say, yeah, that's about what we'd expect out of him.
Which isn't really what any player wants to hear. I mean, you don't want to meet expectations. You want to underpromise and overdeliver. You want to exceed expectations, and maybe we'll start to see him do that shortly. He's been anything but his usual self this quarter. It's actually been ugly to see.
And that is good.
Yeah, nice fast break from start to finish, guys.
Especially on the back end. I mean, he polished it off perfectly.
Well, Dion Waiters, a Philly kid, plays with a chip on his shoulder, Clark. Always a ton of confidence.
Yeah, you know, but I like his edge and his chip, but I think sometimes his emotions get the best of him. When he gets frustrated, we've seen it affect his play and his demeanor on the court. Hopefully that's just a maturation thing with him, because it could derail his potential if he doesn't get it under wraps. Man, I don't know what happened right there. He just basically walked out of bounds.
Love the pass to Thomas. That falls. Great assist by Love.
But you threaten the defense inside and then find the open man on the outside. Good offense.
Now a timeout called by Oklahoma City. This their first chance this season playing the Cavaliers.
Well, they thought they'd handle this club last year both times, but they actually split the 2 season meetings.
And it's the Thunder with the ball. They've got the Timberwolves ahead of them next in Minneapolis. That'll be just 1 game played away from home for them. You know, you would think, as you said, Steve, that no matter what building they were in, this is a team they should have beaten both times.
It probably had a little something to do with the fact that they're just not a very familiar opponent. I mean, that's one way to look at it.
And the basket by Thomas. So here's Westbrook. He had 27 points last game. To the wing right side. Eustace. No good from outside. Well, Cleveland shooting at an even 50% from the floor here in the second quarter. The offensive rebound. Some solid defense from Ibaka.
And the rebounding numbers don't actually tell the whole story. I mean, they're barely ahead in that category, but when they've needed them, they've gotten them. They've really battled hard.
It's their work on the glass, Steve, that's prevented any kind of momentum swing.
Now let's send it to Doris from the sideline.
Well, guys, certainly you could make the case that the 2 best players in the NBA are LeBron James and Kevin Durant. They account for 5 of the last 6 MVP awards, and it's clear that they're pushing one another. LeBron keeps a close eye on KD's stats after every game. He calls Durant his inspiration. Kevin, he says he knows that Durant is trying to take his spot.
Their mindset is one and the same. Doris, thanks. The Thunder have gone a perfect 7 of 7 from the line tonight.
Well, the season numbers for this club are really low. I mean, this is something that the team has been focusing on. They've got to improve.
Tell you what, it's been a different story for them at the line this season. when you measure those numbers against last season's, I mean, they've taken a big-time dip, guys.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Adams, he's checked in for Hashim Thabit. And Anthony Morrow subbed in for Eustis.
That's been a great day for him. And if you remember, he gave them a huge performance their last time out as well.
On the wing, Marion. A baseline J. And misses it off the right side of the rim.
He'll advise shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there. Excellent ball movement there, guys.
Yeah, I think that's what's keyed this run, Clark, because they're keeping the ball moving. The defense hasn't been able to set up.
It's tipped. And the layup's good off the glass.
Well, he wasn't phased at all by the bigger man on him. And on the low block, I thought he might be.
You know, Steve, I thought maybe he'd prefer to bring him out to the perimeter, but whatever works, go to it.
Now, here is Ibaka. His last outing, he had 8 points. And here's the intentional foul, but you know, it's coming here at a very inopportune time.
Yeah, that's a bad play there. I mean, that can really cost you the game. You've got to be smart when you make those intentional fouls.
Nick Collison's checked in for Serge Ibaka. Outside Durant, feeds it to Morrow. That's good, and a nice assist from Durant. Durant's got 3 assists in the game.
And those are not the kind of three-point opportunities you can give to shooters in the NBA. These guys are just too good.
You're exactly right. It'll burn you every time, just like it's burning them here. You've got to give them a lot of credit for the job they've done on the backboard.
Well, they've done a lot of things right, but I agree with you, but the rebounding is right there at the top of the list.
He has really punished these defenders today. No matter who's been on him, he's been giving them medicine.
Here's Miller. Kevin Durant picking up that last basket. Now Adams. He's been patient so far. Nothing yet on the scoreboard. And it's out of bounds. Oklahoma City able to retain possession here.
Yeah, so close to picking that pass off, guys.
At least he got a hand on it. He did what he needed to do to make sure it didn't hit the target.
Matthew Dellavedova has checked in for Waiters. The wide open look for Durant. No good on the quick 3.
Kind of rare to see him come up empty on a wide open look.
Irving from long range. And that one's good. Irving's got 18 points.
Looked like there was a little confusion there as to who was supposed to be guarding him.
This could get even more out of hand if they continue to put up points.
What an offensive performance it's been. You just assume he's going to knock those down when he's as open as he was there.
Miller with a wide open look. Miller with another miss.
I can't figure out, guys, what's going on with him this quarter. I mean, he hasn't gotten one shot to drop. That's another fast break score against them, and they just aren't getting back on D in transition. They've got to sprint back and find the ball.
Well, and at the very minimum, push the ball at the other end as well. I mean, if they're going to score on you in transition, you got to try to do the same thing at the other end. Nothing's going right for him right now. He's kind of lost it here in the quarter.
And lots of contact there. Missing the shot. He'll shoot 2.
Looking at the Cavaliers over the last 10 and how they compare to the rest of the league, this is what we've got. Tops in scoring, second in assists, and they're the number 2 field goal percentage team in the league. This is a team that has really grown in that area, taking good shots and knocking them down.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition. Love is known for how explosive he can be on offense, but he still gets knocked on for his defensive prowess or lack thereof. He seems to be tiring of it, though, and has put in a lot of work. I think he's gotten better.
Both free throws good from Love. I remember last season when Tyson Chandler had remarks about Love's defense, and Love just brushed it off. It's something he's heard before and has followed him even in his rise to the highest ranks of the NBA.
And I think it's been a bit of an overhyped and overstated problem for him. I mean, he does so much more on the court than people think. I don't think he'll ever be an NBA All-Star defender, but he's more than capable of holding his own at that end of the floor.
Got that one up quick. Morrow's got 10.
He can finish in the post. That's one thing we know about him.
Well, Cleveland shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. Here's Marion. And another miss by Cleveland. Guys, some great passing from him.
Yeah, it makes it tough for the defense to chase that ball around when it moves that crisply all over the court.
Yeah, it sure does, Clark. And look at the assist totals. They're piling up. I mean, this has been a nice game execution-wise for this club.
Marion, right side. It's taken away by Collison.
The solo alley-oop. That's not something we see too often.
Timed it perfectly. You're right. And caught the defense totally off guard.
I remember Tracy McGrady doing that. First guy I ever saw pull that off.
And through one half, it hasn't even been close. It's the Thunder running away with it. And now we'll send it down to Dorothy.
Guys, I'm here with Kevin Love. And Kevin, facing a deficit at halftime, what do you guys need to do differently in the second half of this ball game?
Thanks, Josh. I mean, we're getting good ones. I don't know what it is. We had a day off. As soon as we get our legs under us in the second half, come out, go on a big run like we usually do, we'll be fine.
It's a make or miss league, Kevin. Thanks for the time. Guys, over to you.
Thank you so much, Doris. Great interview as always. Don't go anywhere, folks. We'll be back with the second half of basketball shortly. Welcome back, everyone, to the start of the second half. Big margin on our hands, but we'll see if that gap narrows down in the third and fourth quarters. What a game we're seeing from Kevin Durant.
Clay created a lot of opportunities for himself in the first couple of quarters. And I'll tell you what, he was smart with his shot making, too. He really took good ones.
You know, points per shot attempted is really one of the undervalued stats in the game, and it's a real measurement of efficient scoring.
And so in the game for the Cavaliers, Irving and Waiters, the guards. The two stars, LeBron and Love, at the 3 and the 4. And it's Verjao in at the center, locking down the middle. Dion Waiters going into last season working on playing off the ball, whether, catch and shoot, Steve, or coming off screens.
Yeah, he's most comfortable with the ball in his hands, but playing alongside Kyrie Irving, he's got to be more effective without the ball, working off those screens and learning to play with Irving.
Rejected by Irving. They retain possession. No good from Perkins.
That's not how you want to kick off the second half with 3 straight misses.
Westbrook with the steal. And it's Perkins with the jam.
Guys, that's simply superb. Ball pressure, a run out, and then a dunk in transition.
Exactly, Clark, what they wanted. The aggressive defense to lead to.
Yeah, points in transition.
Yeah, that's why you want to make the other team feel uncomfortable handling the ball, because you can get easy points out of it at the other end. Man, great ball movement. They're just picking this defense apart with their passing.
Well, how about the 3 Ps, Steve? Purposeful, precise, passing. We love it, and so does this team, because they're taking advantage of it.
And what jumps out at you guys, the assist totals. I mean, they have been dominant in that category. It's the ball movement, the player movement, and great rhythm to their offense.
Clearly seems to me a different mindset between these teams. Big time finish, emphatic.
He hangs on the rim, too, just for good measure.
Hey, there's nothing wrong with a little showboating out there.
The Thunder have gone 3 of 6 in the third quarter, 50% from the field. Durant for 3, good. Nice assist from Westbrook. Durant's got 47 points.
And that's another assist for a team that is putting on a clinic on how to share the ball.
I just love the mentality they've had. If a shot isn't there, they're not forcing anything. They're moving it side to side and working to get a good shot. Boy, what a great job making good on the second opportunity. He stayed with that play from start to finish.
Westbrook kicks to Jackson. Dishes it to Ibaka. And again, it's Oklahoma City.
They are trying to pull away here, continuing to add to this lead.
Well, Steve, no time is a good time to let up in my mind. I mean, you've got to continue to just play the game no matter what the score is. No mercy being shown out there, and they're looking to pull away. I like that.
Oklahoma City's gone 2 of 3 when they've ventured outside the arc in the third quarter. Jackson kicks to Westbrook. Tried to come right back with the 3 of his own, but it's no good. Well, Cleveland shooting 39% from the floor. Not their best. It's stolen by Ibaka. 4-on-3 break. And finished off by Westbrook.
Well, there you go. One team operating on all cylinders at either end, steals, fast break buckets, and the other team scrambling to find its game.
Yeah, they've done a great job causing havoc and then taking advantage in transition offensively.
Deflects the pass. Verajao banked in off the glass. Verajao's got 4 points in the quarter.
You know, it's a plus to get good looks in the paint, and when you can get them, you got to score them.
For three, Durant. The Cavaliers pull it in. And now we're 3 minutes into the third quarter of play. Here's LeBron. Uses the glass to finish the layup. LeBron's got 13.
Took advantage of some shoddy defense there. They've got to at least get a finger on it.
Westbrook dishes to Perkins. Here's Jackson. Gets the three-pointer to fall. Jackson's got 20 points.
They're getting a bunch of their points outside of the paint. 3 of their last 5 buckets are from three-point range.
But the defense isn't making them earn it. I mean, those shots have just come on easy, open looks. Looked like the defense kind of backed off him, and he took advantage.
Oklahoma City has gotten the three-pointer to fall to the tune of 50% here in the third quarter. They've made 3 of 6. Oklahoma City moving the ball around. Pass to Perkins. Love grabs the board. The Cavaliers have gone 6 of 8 on field goal attempts in the third. A 75% clip. Inside to Perkins. Good. And guys, let's get your take on the hustle stats for the Thunder.
Their high-energy defensive effort has paid off for them, guys, with more than a few steals over the course of the ball game.
And they're also really getting out in transition and scoring some hoops in the fast break tonight.
Some defensive breakdowns are starting to show up now. Their last 4 buckets allowed have come from very close range.
Giving up these easy chances is going to do wonders for their confidence. Well, few would have predicted back when Kevin Love was drafted 5th out of UCLA in 2008 that he'd become the superstar player we see today. You know, he's transformed his body and expanded his game year after year.
Well, Thunder have gone 8 of 14 on their shot attempts here in the third. Some pretty nice work. Offensive rebound.
It has not been an easy quarter for him, at least offensively speaking.
Here's Irving. Yes, and it's LeBron picking up the assist. LeBron's got assist number 8 here in this one already. And you talk about the physical transformation for Kevin Love. Leaner, quicker, and stronger.
Yeah, credit yoga and Pilates. He's trying to be the very best he can be, and he's putting in the work to do that, so it actually helped him more at the defensive end.
And out of bounds as the Thunder gain possession. And you talk about huge single-game scoring performances like we're watching here tonight. Going back, only one player, think of this, only one player in NBA history to go triple digits. And that's the big difference. Bill Chamberlain on March 2nd, 1962.
Yeah, 100 points. I mean, one of those records that stood a long time, and perhaps no player has so single-handedly dominated the game the way Wilt did.
Jeremy Lamb's checked in for the Thunder. And Cleveland also making a change. Jones checked in for Kevin Love. And Clark, they've been a little too casual with the ball out there.
Yeah, I think so. Too cool. I mean, just not forceful enough, not alert or aggressive enough, and sometimes trying to do too much with the basketball.
Sometimes you just got to make the easy pass. Somebody's open, throw it to them. When you do that multiple times, the game starts to find a flow to itself.
First team foul.
Inside to Perkins. Lays it up and banks it in. Perkins got his 3rd basket of the night.
Unselfish basketball on the interior. I love that, and you got to think the coaching staff does too.
Here's Verajao, and another miss by Cleveland. Oklahoma City's gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. It's tipped. Here's Ibaka, and the officials call a traveling violation.
All right, a chance to check out some stats for Dion Waiters. How the last month of basketball was for him. He's averaging 11 points per game, 3 assists and 2 rebounds, and he's really been pulling his weight. I mean, we're finding his name in a lot of different columns in their box scores.
Yeah, and that's what they're looking for from him, Steve. He doesn't have to be the star, just somebody with solid contributions across a wide range of areas. Heads-up play there, guys, on the assist and the finish.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from beyond the arc since coming out of the break. Irving kicks to Waiters. Offensive struggles continue, missing again. Here's Lamb. Will not go. This is off the front iron. Cavaliers have gone 8 of 13 on shot attempts to begin the second half. Perkins against Waiters. From 10 feet out, Kendrick Perkins grabs the miss. Perkins got 10 rebounds here tonight. So active. No good from Lamb.
And they forced the miss with that good defensive rotation. They're playing well together as a unit.
Shots good by Waiters.
The assist, Anderson Varejao.
And for the Thunder, they're shooting it well here in the third, about 50%. Jackson passes to Ibaka. Looking for Perkins. He gets it there. And again, Oklahoma City, no good. Cavaliers shooting a stellar 60% since the halftime break. And yes, sir, that one drops. 15 points for LeBron.
Boy, the floor really opened up for him there.
It sure did. A good job getting it started before the defense can get itself set. The Cavs just never really built any consistency last year for long stretches. And, you know, when that happens, it's hard to get wins away from home.
Perkins with the bucket.
Now it looks like he's starting to get things going here after that scoreless first half.
Well, Cleveland shooting the ball at 42%. James kicks to Varejao. Low block shot on the way. So the whistle blows on the shot and 2 free throws for the contact right there. Cleveland, as you said, struggling on the road last year. Only 14 road wins. It's not going to cut it. Well, a big part of the problem for Cleveland last year was talent on the roster. So you can assume things will be different. Clark on the road for him this season.
Things are going to be different in a lot of ways as long as LeBron is leading the way. And they'll be on the same page. He'll make sure of that. So look for a lot different outcomes in Cleveland.
Looking at who's out there now for the Thunder. Steven Adams, he's checked in for Perkins. Collison comes in for Serge Ibaka. And it's Perry Jones in for Kevin Durant. And the basket by Jones.
And that's the kind of lead pass we've seen him make over and over again.
Oklahoma City has gone to the three-point shot 8 times already in the second half and hit 4 of them. Jackson dishes to Lamb. Right side Jones. Baseline Jay on the way, and Collison gets it to go on the assist by Jones.
Well, another open jump shot there. Their defense not putting up much of a fight.
Lucas with it. For the 3. Here's Varejao. Tough break there. Shot after shot. They couldn't get anything to fall.
With the success they've had rebounding the basketball, they're right where you'd expect them to be. Firmly in control of this game.
Yeah, they have not let their guard down one bit in the paint.
Lamb, good.
Jeremy Lamb, 2.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 4 in three-point shots here in the third. Dellavedova, the pass to Lucas. He feeds it to Varejao. And that's out of bounds. Cleveland will retain possession. And let's take this break to recognize some of the league's small forwards that have been on fire at the charity stripe. From all of the past month. In third, Sean Marion.
Well, there are some smooth strokes among that group, guys. What else can you say?
As a coach, you want your small forwards to be aggressive in getting to the basket. I mean, that's a must. And with these players, whether they draw the foul or get a layup out of it, it's a win-win.
Oklahoma City shooting 55% from the floor. They're feeling very confident offensively. And the basket by Jones.
This is incredible. It's been a three-point barrage since halftime.
Yeah, whether by design or by accident, it has been impressive.
Well, Cleveland shooting a hot 57% from the field in the third. Jones, that's for 2. Cannot hit.
How about the effort we're seeing from him on the boards? He's already at double figures.
Yeah, and more importantly, Steve, his rebounds are leading the team.
And he was fouled on the way up. 2 free throws now for him.
Here's where Oklahoma City sits in the NBA statistical standings right now. First in scoring, first in rebounding. And they're also number 1 distributing the basketball. This is a team that knows how to find the open man and convert those opportunities.
And the points that they're scoring per game that you talked about is really a result of great offensive execution. I mean, this is a club that works well together. They get great looks, and they'll also score in transition.
And the Thunder making a change here. Morrow's checked in. Then for the Cavaliers, Brendan Haywood, he's checked in for Bergeron. And Miller's subbed in for James Jones. It's tipped. It's taken away by Collison. Now here's Lamb, defended by Lucas. No good from Lamb.
Coach Scott Brooks of the Thunder, he's brought great stability to this organization. A lot of talent on this roster, but doesn't always fit in terms of their offensive flow. So the Thunder like to keep it pretty simple with their X's and O's.
Here's Adams. The Thunder with another miss.
Ill-advised shot selection right there, Clark.
It really was. I mean, very low percentage shot there.
Lucas, that's good.
That shot becomes effortless for him when the D is so relaxed. They've got to get more intense.
Here's Lamb. He's got 11. 1:29 left in the third. And that's going to be a travel. Now we get a chance to check out the standings out west. Already we're in December. You take a look at the Thunder. Things going their way so far in this season. They lead the pack up front in the first spot with the best record. And, of course, Los Angeles, 7 games back.
You know, I think for Oklahoma City, they've been playing well to start the season. I mean, once again, asserting themselves as one of the powerhouse ball clubs in the league. I like what I've seen from this team so far.
And they know better than anybody. You know, the NBA season is a marathon, not a sprint. But nonetheless, they've certainly been hot out of the gates.
From 10 feet out, and the jumper is good. Lamb's got 13 points.
They haven't been as aggressive from outside as they were in the first half. They're playing smart with the lead. I like that. They're being very selective and deliberate in their offense. That's a good strategy when you're on top.
Miller with another miss.
Not a bad look for him on that shot, but it just doesn't seem to be his night tonight.
No good from Lamb.
If he can improve on what's been a shaky day for him thus far, they could stretch this lead out.
And count it. The shot is good. He'll go to the free throw line.
Really aggressive play, taking it to the rim against the big man.
Tell you what, I love that fearless attitude.
For Cleveland, they have shot 9 of 11 at the free throw line.
Well, pretty good numbers this season at the line for this club, right around 78% as a team.
And comparing to the numbers of last season, they've made a bit of improvement. So that's some positive momentum they can look to build on.
To the middle. Here's Jones. A good finish at the rack off the slick feed. Jones has got 5 points now in the quarter.
That was a nice finish to an excellent possession.
Shot clock and game clock separated by less than 6 seconds. And it's going to be out of bounds. The Cavaliers will retain possession. Russell Westbrook in for Jeremy Lamb.
Coming on the floor for your Thunder, Russell Westbrook.
Knocked loose. It's stolen by Adams. Heaves it up. Out of bounds. Cleveland takes possession.
Remains 20 seconds on the shot clock. 20.
Cleveland's gone a less than productive 2 of 6 from three-point land in the second half. Here's Dellavedova. No good with the triple. Here's Adams. Right now averaging 5 points a game. Stolen by Haywood. The Cavaliers, another fast break opportunity here. And an air ball on that one. Way off. And at the end of the third quarter, a huge lead in this one may already have been decided. It's the Thunder opening up a huge gap. And coming up as soon as we return from break, the fourth quarter gets underway.
Coming up this Friday, December 12th, LaMarcus Aldridge and the Portland Trailblazers take on Joakim Noah and the Chicago Bulls. It's the real deal.
Cavaliers shooting around 41% on the night. We've got Nick Collison. Russell Westbrook out there with Anthony Morrow. Then it's Jones. And it's Eustace in at the 3. That's the lineup in the game for Oklahoma City. Here's Westbrook. From deep. Great D that time from Lucas.
He can't seem to find the range here in the second. He did a great job in the first, hitting 3 from outside. He got a little room at the rim and laid it in. Great play.
Here comes Westbrook. Puts it up from 12. Jones, no luck. And here is Thomas. Miller kicks to Haywood. Cleveland moving it around. Dellavedova kept alive. Here's Thomas. So he gets the whistle. Contact on the way up and 2 shots coming up.
Yeah, he got whacked. Shouldn't be much debate on that one.
Yeah, that was as straightforward as it gets, guys.
No good on that one.
Guys, this is the second season since the league returned to a 2-2-1-1-1 finals format. It was a unanimous decision at the time, and I haven't sensed any regrets. The feeling was, and continues to be, that the top seed deserves to have Game 5 at home.
Machine the beat. He's checked in for Nick Collison. Jones checked in for Cleveland.
Intelligent passing there to make that hoop possible.
Oklahoma City has gotten off to an 0-for-2 start from downtown here in the 4th quarter. They get the rebound, and the whistle blows. He decides to foul intentionally for some reason.
I'm not sure why you would foul right there, Kevin. That's obviously not the smart thing to do, so a mistake there.
From deep, Morrow, and he gets it to go. And now with Clark, every NBA team flying charter flights, travel much less of a concern with that 2-2-1-1-1 format.
Yeah, and I like that. I like the fact we went back to that. It makes a lot of sense in this day and age, and you don't give an advantage or disadvantage to either team. So very good to go back to that. And with the league showing a willingness to increase travel a little bit for the good of the game, it makes you wonder if you'll see a top 16 interconference playoffs. Again, I've already voiced I'm not in favor of that, but I think it's something that has been discussed at least a little bit.
Well, an 8th rebound advantage like the one they have now is always going to swing the score hard in that team's direction.
And that's certainly been the case today. Their rebounding has made a huge difference.
Lucas against Westbrook. Here's Dellavedova. That one's good from the corner. Dellavedova's got 4 this quarter.
He is pouring it on in the second half, guys. I mean, a much better showing than he had before the break.
Westbrook dishes to Thabit to the inside. Here's Jones. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Haywood's got 6 rebounds in the game. It's tipped, and it's out of bounds. The Cavaliers able to retain possession here.
Risky pass there. They're lucky to retain possession this time.
And the Thunder making a change here. Jackson's checked in. Just over 2.5 minutes played now here in the final quarter of regulation. That is good.
Another good pass, and their offensive execution has been impressive, to say the least.
The last 4 field goals have been assisted. Yeah, passing has kept the defense off balance, but to get assists, you got to make the shots.
The pump fake kept the D off balance and gave him room. And that's 10 points for Perry Jones. The Cavaliers have gone 5 of 8 shooting as we've come down the home stretch in this final quarter. And Jackson with the block. And pushing it up here. Here is Oklahoma City. That one goes. Count it.
We're seeing him bring that shooting percentage up now, guys. The first half was a struggle for him.
Cleveland's gone 1 of 2 from 3-point range here in the 4th. Here's Dellavedova. The feed to Lucas. Lets it go with a 3. That's good. Lucas has got 11 points here in just the second half.
Well, he's been a real positive factor for them today, although, you know, as a team, they've had a lot of negatives mixed in there as well.
Jackson passes to Jones. From deep, Morrow. Haywood with the rebound. Haywood's got 8 rebounds in this game. And the basket good. Dellavedova's got 6 here in this quarter.
What a crisp pass to find his open teammate.
Here's Jackson. The 3 from Morrow. That's good. And it's Jackson with the assist that time.
He's putting on a commanding performance here. He's hit 2 3-pointers in each half now.
The pass to Haywood. Shoots the 3. It's rebounded by Hustis.
Kevin, I didn't like that defensive effort at all, but they're lucky he missed it.
Yeah, they were very lucky defensively because there was some miscommunication there. They left him wide open.
Poked loose. It's stolen by Jones. Down low. It's tipped. Thomas with the steal. Here's Lucas. And Jones pulls it down. Jones has got his third rebound tonight. Here's Eustace. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
And he was one step ahead of the defense when he fired that pass for the assist.
Dellavedova kicks to Thomas. Fires from deep. And that one's good.
Malcolm Thomas.
Well, since the turn of the century, guys, the Western Conference has ruled the roost, winning interconference matchups in 14 out of the last 15 seasons. To Steve, last season, the highest ever win percentage for the West at over 72%.
Yeah, and 8 of the league's top 10 teams played in the West record-wise. It may be time to take a fresh look at a top 16 playoff structure.
Got a piece of it, and stolen by Thomas. And he uses the glass on the layup. Thomas got 7 points here in this quarter.
You just can't afford to let somebody get that good position in the paint.
Well, it's more than trouble when he does catch it down there, Steve. He's never going to miss from that range.
For Oklahoma City, they've gone through the fourth quarter shooting 50%, 7 of 14. Jackson passes to Eustace. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Jackson's got 10 assists here tonight. So active. Lucas dishes to Haywood. Here's Thomas. Second chance shot, and he lays it up and in. Thomas got 9 points here in the second half.
Boy, they are just destroying them in the paint.
You could say that again, Steve. The defenders just aren't aggressive enough down low.
It's blocked. Here's Dellavedova. Haywood kicks to Thomas. Again, the Cavaliers score. Now here's Jackson. Passes it to Eustace. Jacks up a 3. And again, Oklahoma City with the triple.
Just seems like they've given up far too many points from the three-point shot today. A lot of open looks out there.
I agree, Steve. The defensive rotations have been abysmal.
Here's Dellavedova. And he can't answer back. The three-pointer offline. Oklahoma City has gone 4-7 with the long ball here in the fourth quarter. And it's good. Morrow's got 10 points in the quarter.
And as hot as he's been this quarter, the game plan should be simple. Get him the ball and get out of the way.
Here's Dellavedova. Again, the Cavaliers score.
This is a fantastic performance in this half. He didn't play as well in the first, but you just know with this guy, he's always ready to turn it around.
Here's Eustace. Here's Jones. Laid in with a nice touch off the glass.
That sort of epitomized this game, guys. One team going all out, getting rebounds and putbacks, and the other team just dragging.
Dellavedova, the pass to Lucas. And here we go with Morrow running it up the court. Here's Jackson. It's rebounded by Cleveland. Jones has got 5 rebounds tonight. Some nice passing by Cleveland here. No good on the 3.
Well, he did have a three-pointer in the first half, but so far here in the second, he's come up empty.
Here's Jackson. Drops it in from 11 feet. Jackson's got 10 points here in the second half.
They've built this lead through plays exactly like that. He's easily been their most consistent performer.
Well, he's been splashing everything today.
Here's Dellavedova. The three-pointer, no good.
Oh, he's just launching from the three-point line right now, because I don't like his shot selection at all.
And he gets it to go. Eustace has got 10 points in the quarter.
He is just tearing it up this quarter. That lead's not going anywhere while he's this hot.
Clark, some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, they need a basket just to regain some momentum here, Kevin.
Here's Oklahoma City now. They're on a 14-6 run. Morrow, no good.
Even against solid defense, he's still going to try to continue to make that shot.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, I wouldn't bet against him in that situation next time.
Oklahoma City shooting has been just great in the fourth quarter, 54%. It's good. The assist this time from Jackson. Morrow's got 27.
He's showing no signs of letting up here.
Here's Lucas. tried to come right back with the three of his own, but it's no good. The three ball. It's rebounded by Cleveland.
You know, even though he missed that three-point shot, I think the defense has to do a better job of challenging the shot.
Yeah, because you know if you continue to give up open looks like that, you're in big trouble. Well, at least the defender got his money's worth on that one.
Yep, that was an easy whistle for the official. Well, there is a reason they call it Loud City. Oklahoma City, voted by NBA GMs as having the best home court advantage in the NBA. The fans are on top of you and engaged from start to finish.
Catching up on the changes for Oklahoma City. Perkins comes in for Hashim Thabit, and it's Lamb in there for Eustis. And Cleveland also making a change. Miller's checked in.
And the Thunder moving to OKC 6 seasons ago, they've really become part of the fabric of this community, whether it was assisting in the recovery from the big tornado to helping revitalize downtown. You see how a team can provide a rallying cry for an entire community.
Here's Jackson. Misses off the left iron. Well, Cleveland shooting it well here in the fourth quarter, 50%. Jones kicks to Miller, and he makes no mistake on the slam dunk.
Well, don't get too used to that, fellas. I mean, that kind of dunk is not usually part of what he does.
Well, unless the D plays as soft on him as they did right there.
Yeah, exactly. With defense like that, anything is possible.
And for these Oklahoma City fans, Clark, they've certainly had it good. A team that's made the playoffs in all but their first season here. Superstar talent as well.
Yeah, you go back to that inaugural season, Kevin, in OKC, 23 wins. They've been a powerhouse ever since, and the fans now expect this team to not only contend, but to eventually bring home an NBA title. You know, you could tend to think of the Thunder as a top-heavy team with the all-stars they have, but they actually get a lot of production from their bench, which makes them a championship-caliber team.
And so Haywood nails both of them. This Thunder team was very deep last year, as you said. They were third in the league, Steve, in bench minutes played.
And even though the bench wasn't really carrying the offensive load, they were good defensively, and they kept things close. Really, all they needed to do was eat minutes, and they did that a lot last year. Well, guys, this was never really a contest, just total obliteration. And you can safely say mission accomplished now for the Thunder.
Steve, you know, you don't see this kind of a blowout often. But tonight, this is a quality win across the board to deliver out, Clark, this kind of punishment to
Well, you know what? I thought they did a nice job of playing against the game. They kept the pressure on and clearly were dominant in every area.
And so looking at their number, this will be win number 22 on the year.
And guys, being in opposite conferences, these teams only meet twice a year, and when it's been a while since you've seen a team like this, it always feels good to take the first game of the season series, and that's exactly what's taking place here tonight against the Cavaliers.
Well, you look back at this one, and what an amazing performance this has been for Kevin Durant. It was the kind of game for him that all scorers dream of, where the basket just seems to be incredibly wide. And they're not finished yet. They're going to make sure about this win.
Yeah, that's how you close out a game, Steve.
And taking care of the ball has been a problem for him.
Yeah, defensively, some really good pressure being applied, though, so you've got to give credit there. It seems like they've been rattled a little bit.
Steve, you think they've been rattled?
Oh, they're rattled all right, and turnovers will kill you, especially with a team like this that can force turnovers and get out in transition.
Here's Jackson. Out to the wing. Morrow, that's the two-pointer. It's hauled in by Thomas.
Even though he missed it, he couldn't pass up that chance.
Yeah, that's an easy jump shot. You got to take that one.
Cleveland moving the ball around. Miller outside. And Jones pulls it down. Oklahoma City shooting an outstanding 53% for the game. And he'll shoot free throws here. Clearly fouled on that shot that time. The whistle blowing.
Obvious foul.
Yeah, he took a hit right there and earned those free throws.
Shooting 2.
The first one falls. He's perfect from the line this time. And here are the Cavaliers now.
And nothing you can do to salvage this one at this point. Game over.
Not anymore. Any chance they had is gone.
12 seconds left in the fourth quarter. And here's Morrow outside. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time.
They certainly haven't let these fans down tonight. It's been a fun night to be in the building.
It has been. I mean, the atmosphere has been great, and no doubt that helped with the winning effort.
Well, their offense has kicked into gear, but seems to have arrived a little bit too late.
And as a coach, that can really be frustrating. I mean, your guys were stumbling along for most of the game, and now, when it's basically over, they finally decide to come alive.
So no problem for Oklahoma City as they get the win. Not much to be critical of with this win, Clark.
Not at all. I mean, they showed up not just to play. They showed up to give great effort and to win, and they did both.
And now we send you down to Doris Burke courtside, who's with our Jordan Player of the Game. Doris?
Hi, Kevin. Well, much will be made of the scoring that you had here, certainly. But can you describe or put a value on the...
Yeah, another one of them flip mode joints. Bust around, y'all. Word mother, y'all. Check it out, y'all. Just sing to the left, sing to the right. Make it feel good, make it feel alright. One time, feel good, yeah, y'all. Bust around in the place, y'all. Nigga, you feel real good, y'all. Flip mode is all in the place, y'all.
Buck wild to all of my who don't care. Lost like a bunch of young black millionaires. Making you run, me and my stacking my ones. Lost a little, invest up in the mutual fund. Blowing the horn, a sense of every day I was born. Never dream I see it landscaping my lawn. Dangerous, be accurate. Have to get the flow be so immaculate. Hey yo, watching my dough. Sipping it slow, them pretty saying hello.